Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All praise and glory, honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, Bashim Rachokadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and sincerity. The water for what you do, we appreciate you. We love you. We appreciate you through the spirit, all right? So shalom to you, all right? This your brother Dawah here from the GMS camp in Atlanta. Aparat Tazai giving you another edifying lesson through the spirit. Aparat Tazai, all right? Hey, we're about to just see how wicked Esau is, you know, the deceits and the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of them, man. All right. This is very hey man, this is who the so-called white man. This is who he really is, man. He's a fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see from the title here, it says experimenting on animals inside the monkey lab. Vice documentaries are very good. You should watch those. They're very informative. Um Pretty much any subject out there dealing with you know this world, the wickedness of this world. Most likely Vice has done a documentary on that subject. Okay. So for brothers out there looking for lessons to do, you know, topics and like some information, you can go to Vice on YouTube and look up some documentaries. Might you type it in, it'll pop up most likely. All right. They actually did uh a documentary on that nigga General Butt Naked, the one who IUIC tried to get to come into their ranks. All right, so you can watch that documentary on him. I seen that documentary before I even. It was crazy because I watched the documentary and then like a couple months later, I saw IUIC try to conform him, and it was just ridiculous, man. But just go to Vice on YouTube, look up its subject, and most likely it'll have a documentary on it. So we're gonna get into this right now about the animals and how they treat animals, how they push out these different diseases and stuff. And without further ado, I'm gonna play the video.
The protesters are probably on the same side as the people within the facility here. Everybody wants to no longer have to use the animals.
Yeah, which is a lie because it's 2018. So why wouldn't you? Why do you say we don't no longer want to use these animals? Because you have different you have technology where you don't have to use animals anymore. But what they do is they look at this monkey, man. This monkey is stressed out. It is in pain, man. All right, you know this is the type of shit that the so-called white man does, man. But you can use other forms of ways of experimenting, man. And you know what? You don't need to experiment, man. Everything's perfect. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, and everything will be fine, man. You know what I'm saying? There won't be different diseases and things on the earth, man. Look at that, man. Tell me that I don't look like this animal's in pain, man. Only the so-called white man would do this, man.
Denken dat mensen maar denken dat wij dat kunnen doen.
These animals will be infected with dengue fever virus, but there are animals that don't cope with it very well.
You see, hold on, let's run that back. We hear what he said just now.
There are animals that
denken dat wij dat kunnen doen.
These animals will be infected with dengue fever virus.
These animals will be infected with these different viruses. Why is that? Because they test the viruses on these animals first, monkeys, rats, different animals, and then they distribute it into the masses, man. So that's how people catching Ebola and these different diseases.
But there are animals that don't cope with it very well. So if we can put them in another group, they will go into a group, and otherwise they need to be euthanized.
So-called white man is the reason why these animals are dying off at alarming rates, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're about to get a quick scripture right now. Because, hey, animals are beaching themselves. Why? Because of all the plastic in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You see them just cutting the monkey's head open because he's dead. You know what I'm saying? And they don't need him no more, so they take all the organs out. You know what I'm saying? They do shit with the organs. And they just destroying the world, man. So all you people who act like so-called white men does no harm, man. You need to watch this video, man. You need to see you need to go back in history and do some history lessons, man, and do some study on history and how they gained this world, you know, and how and how they how other countries don't trust them no more. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Salakia, let me get this scripture real fast. I gotta be quicker, man. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right. This not wicked as fuck? You know what I'm saying? Destroying the animals in the world, man. You see how much plastic they found in the ocean? You know, a large portion of the ocean is filled by plastic and different garbage, man. You know, and you have beaches, you have whales who are found beached. They cut open the whale stomachs, and the whales are found with like 1,500 pounds worth of garbage and plastic inside of them. You know, they have all the animals who have the rings from the Coke bottle like holders and shit getting caught in their beaks so they can't open up no more. Even birds that fly down to grab fish, they're eating plastic by mistake. So-called white man is the devil, man. He's destroying the world because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He has the power to do all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They're dumping garbage in the water, man. you know, and different landmarks and stuff like that, and parts where they deem uninhabitable, like swamps and stuff like that, and even in parts where people live around, they spill chemicals in the water. That's what they did to Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, all right? That's United States of America is nothing but a corporation, man. You know what I'm saying? What do? They buy the land and they do what they so please with it. And what have they done with this land? They have polluted it, man. All right?
Vice News gained rare access to a not-for-profit science laboratory which tests some of the world's most deadly infections and diseases on live monkeys.
Now what they do is they put these diseases in live monkeys, and then they see how it affects them, and then they come out and put it into the masses of the population.
The facility is called the Biomedical Primate Research Center, or BPRC, and they're allowing us to film inside to see with our own eyes if monkey testing and animal welfare can go hand in hand. Testing on non-human primates has led to breakthroughs such as a polio vaccine and treatments against HIV and AIDS.
But how were those viruses, those diseases and viruses were created? All right, they didn't just spring up out of nowhere, man. All right, this is a known fact, man. Just Google the history, man. You'll be able to go and look up facts instead of somebody just writing something on Wikipedia. You'll be able to see real accounts, real doctors and people who used to whistleblowers, who they call whistleblowers, people they've gotten rid of, they've murdered, they assassinated. People talking about, hey, man, we are the ones who put this shit out there, man. You know, you do some research, man. You people will see that this shit ain't just conspiracy theories.
And the BPRC is the largest facility of its kind in Europe. It's considered to be one of the most forward-thinking and progressive research centers for housing and caring for its monkeys. But they are still the focus of animal rights activists who have continued to protest outside the center for the last 20 years.
They are protesting against what is happening in the facility. No one gets in without noticing that these people are here.
Ik denk iedereen die een beetje empathie heeft, compassie heeft voor, die moet wel een beetje weten. Kijk, verplaats jezelf daar in zo'n coaching. Verplaats jezelf dat de proef voor wordt gedaan. Ja, dat kan gewoon niet, weet je. Het is gewoon mensen om te denken dat mensen maar denken dat wij nog kunnen doen.
Willen wij! Alle apen vrij!
So where are you people at when niggas is getting shot down in the streets, man? You know, where's your uprising and your protest for that when Native Americans, so-called Native Americans and blacks and Latinos get shot in the streets, man? You people are nowhere to be found, man. you know, but you care about these animals more than you care about human life, man. Now that's inhumane if you want to speak upon being inhumane, man, right? And it's funny because these so-called white people call us monkeys, man. So if you believe that we monkeys, you should be out there protesting for them fucking monkeys getting shot, them apes getting shot in the fucking street, man. Yeah, I call them monkeys, I call them apes because that's who they are, man. They're big time drug dealers, all right, drug users, and people who just deteriorate their community, man. So those fucking apes, man. Apes are better than them. That's actually disrespectful because a monkey and an ape, man, a gorilla, these are beautiful creatures, man. And you fucking black niggas out there, you know, you're not even up to up to par with the ape or gorilla. You know, these monkeys, man. You know, at least when they fight, it's because they feel threatened. You know, and not because a nigga got a pair of sneakers that they want. You know, or a nigga looked at them funny. You know, I mean they do that, but you know that's animalistic behavior. You know, it's called being territorial. You know, I'm going off subject here. It's lucky.
We wanted to understand why it is still necessary to develop life-saving drugs through experiments on live monkeys and how the animals are being treated.
Hi,
Good morning.
Gwen.
Hi, I'm Annette.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So where are we?
This is our breeding facility. Over here are 1,200 rhesus macaques. We have around 150 long-tail macaques, and we have 200 to 250 common marmosets.
The protesters called this place the monkey hell of Rijswijk.
Yeah.
How do you relate to that?
Obviously, I do not agree with how they call BPRC, because as of 1996, we started to create these breeding groups that look much more like how you would find these groups in the wild. Young males of about...
Hey man, you know, not to keep cutting off, but you know, you can't imitate the wildlife, all right? Putting the animals in cages is still a fucked up thing to do, man. You know? Even like when the kingdom comes and we have animals as pets and stuff like that, you think we're gonna have a bunch of fucking cages and shit? Like, yo, this is the characteristics of the so-called white man, which is Esau Edom, man. All right, which is how you know for a fact that concentration camps is coming to America. They're already here. All right, they're gonna throw you niggas in cages like they got them so-called Mexican kids, them Issacharite children in fucking cages. The mentality and the personality and the different personality traits of the so-called white man is fucking cages, man. Is cage everything, man. You know, control. You know what I'm saying? So people who are acting like, you know, concentration camps, FEMA camps, and all these different things are conspiracy theories. Well, hey, look at look at their track record, man. Everything's a fucking cage. Everything needs to be caged to them. And they look at you so-called Native American blacks and Hispanics, men and women, as fucking animals that need to be caged, man. So you don't think concentration camps are coming to America? They're already here, man. All right, this is their track record. They want to cage everything. Everywhere you look, there's fucking cages, man. All right, you don't think that's coming here? Open your eyes, man.
About 4 to 5 years of age, they leave their natal group before they immigrate into a new group where there are no relatives to prevent inbreeding.
So, and in this case, you take out the young males and they are either sent to the lab or to another breeding facility.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar? Okay, you take out the young males and they're sent to breeding labs or something, right? In different facilities, all right? So you take the man out of the house and put him in prison. That's the same. They always use the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, they trying to breed more and more, but you know what I mean? They do that in real life too. That's how they make all these super athletes and superstars and people that they use in their secret societies and like Jason Bourne and shit. They breed these that's why children end up missing and shit. You know, they breed these fucking superhumans, man. You know what I'm saying? And they make money off of them. You know what I'm saying? Or they use them to be spies in other countries and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They be training them from babies, man. You know, you got the Pizzagate, you know. They do what they want with children, you know what I'm saying? And they make money off these children, man. The same thing they do, they do that shit with adult males, and they showing you what they do onto the monkeys. It's the same shit, man.
Out of the 1,600 animals in the BPRC, on average, only 10% move into experiments per year, meaning the structure and balance of the groups are left intact. Do you also see the monkeys that go to the lab and that are being tested on?
Yes, I see those animals too, yeah. And that's very hard sometimes, but because I know what
This bitch sounds like Sean Connery.
we are using them for, and I really feel that what we do is the right thing, I can handle that.
In order to maintain the health of the monkey colony, every animal is screened by vets once a year. Okay, so we're all masked up, we got our gloves on, headpieces on, and we just entered the treatment area where the annual checkups take place. So this is not a testing lab.
No, it's not a testing lab. We check the animals for their, it's a health screening.
Hey Jochie, hi. Heb jij al grote kanker gekregen? Nee hè? Nee. Nog een jaartje wachten.
That monkey looks drugged, man.
We take a small hair sample.
I don't think a monkey is gonna let you just sit there and just do all types of shit you want with him. They either drug the monkey or they raise him from a kid to trust him. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it's still fucked up because they're not living in natural environments, you know? Animals not supposed to be caged up like that. That's stressful, man.
And with that hair sample, we can measure cortisol levels. And cortisol is a measure for stress.
I was wondering, can they hear us right now?
No, I don't think that they
he's
can hear us. Yeah,
blinking.
Yeah, because he's anesthetized, but
Yeah, he's not unconscious.
no. They all get a tattoo. So from a short distance is a way to identify the animal.
You know, Esau always wants to identify everything, man, you know, and keep track of everything, all right? So that's going to bring us to another scripture here, all right? This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, they're always trying to track people, animals. They do that with sharks and different things. They're always trying to track something, man. And pretty soon, when they come out with this mark of the beast, they're going to try to track you as well. All right, which is the RFID microchip. All right, so be on the lookout for that and do not accept that, because that's the mark of the beast, and you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven if you accept the mark of the beast microchip, RFID microchip. They already have them. All right, so it's not a conspiracy theory. They already have them. They're already out there.
Animal.
It looks so easy and so painless, but then you forget that this monkey is highly sedated on ketamine.
Yeah, of course. Which hey man, you doing it cannot be that cannot be safe, man, in the long run for these animals to be drugged up, man. Like, yo, this shit is horrible, man.
Do they get names as well as numbers?
Yes, this is the name, Hysop.
Hysop.
High top. Names as well as numbers, man. Sounds like an inmate.
So this is Hysop 11118 done with
Yes,
tattooing.
give him some.
Giving these niggas tattoos and shit.
As part of the screening, all monkeys get tested for tuberculosis. Just like in humans, this is tested by injecting the subject with dead tuberculosis cells to see how the skin reacts. Why do you do it in the eyelid?
Then we can see it. When you do it on the skin here, then it is walking in the cage that is different to see it than you do in the eye.
Do you find it scary at all to inject in an eyelid?
It's always scary.
Look at the multi creatures, man. Look at that, man. Hey, bring me to my next scripture, man. You know? Like looking at that the other monkey, man, that shit makes me want to cry, man. This monkey right here, man, that's horrible, man. You know, but soon, hey, when that's because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, all right? That's the reason why this you know, animals look like this. They're all depressed, fucking dying off, you know, at alarming rates, and everybody's fucking depressed. Everybody's stressed out. There's mass shootings, you know. People are losing their minds and bugged out. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Meaning when the righteous are in authority and they rule, everybody's happy, including the earth and the animals, man. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, so that should show you who's running this world right now. Job, going back to Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The people mourn. Our people are getting shot in the streets every fucking day by police officers and different types of people, even them killing each other. You know what I'm saying? But so black on black crime, you know, they out there killing each other. The drug epidemic, since drugs were even created in the labs, all right, since they've been out, the people have been mourning. There's been mass blood spill throughout the world, man. All right, over there in Mexico, over here, Venezuela, Colombia, you know, and everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? The people mourn. The animals look like this, they're dying off, you know, being extinct, you know. And you got whales beaching themselves, found with 1,500 tons pounds of plastic inside their bodies. You know, people on this earth have cancer in an abundance. You know, there's an abundance of homeless people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people mourn when the wicked beareth rule. So who's ruling the world right now, man? You know what I'm saying? Who's ruling the world right now? It's not the so-called Black, Native American, and Latino men and women. They don't rule the world. They don't own shit, and they might own a little bit of land here and there. But the people who make the laws, legislations in this world, the UN and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, United States of America. It's a so-called white man, man. All right, and these other nations. I'm saying now the so-called white man, which is Esau, is the top ruler in this world, but these other nations have kingdoms too. You know what I'm saying? Which blacks, so-called blacks, Native American, and Latino men and women do not have, or I should just say men, but you know, since you know the men and women are Israelites as well, we don't have nothing to call our own, man. You know what I'm saying? A few people might own a couple things here and there, but we don't have our own kingdoms and our own laws, okay? You know, we have it in the Bible, but it's not set in stone yet because the so-called white man is still in rulership at this moment, which is why the people mourn, man, because they're in rulership. They're not fit to be rulers. You know what I'm saying? They're evil. All right. So you people who are stuck in this world and want this world to continue, man, you know, the hell with you, man. You know, hey. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, man. And these monkeys, man, they're gonna love when a so-called black man, Latino, and Native American man comes back into rulership, man. You know, they are going to love that day, man. We're gonna be at one with the animals again. All right.
Once the screening is complete, those selected for experiments are segregated and rehoused in a separate area.
Now they do that. They do that to men in prison. They do that to women in prison. They've done that in slavery. You know, they segregate you and then they run different types of experiments on you. All right, they do that shit in real life. They got these programs where they'll ask you to come in and let them inject you with something and give you like $10,000. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay, so we just entered the training facility. This is where the selected monkeys are taken after they are tested. As you can see, it's really different from what we've seen before. The cages are significantly smaller.
They deal with fucking uncomfortable environments, man. You know, when it comes to a minority, they always put you in some type of segregated environment that's similar to this, you know, whether it be prison or out there in the world in the streets, man. You know, you'll be put in a place called a ghetto if he doesn't like you, man. He'll put you in there and give you limited resources to where you cannot get out of that place, man. You know what I'm saying? In this case, is, you know, the monkeys can't get out because, you know, they don't have any, you know, high frequency brain mannerisms. But, you know, I mean, a nigga can't get out of prison. He can't really escape. Really, the majority of men and women can't escape prison, but being out in the world, it's like a prison within its own, because you can't get out of that situation except a few people who have kind of beat the system or found the loopholes or sold out, you know. But the majority of the mass people don't know what to do. They're stuck, and they've been like that ever since we've been brought over here. All right, going into like the Willie Lynch letter on how to on the making of a slave and how to keep our people down. All right, so you people out there who say that blacks have the same opportunities as you do, kiss ass, man. It might on the surface look like they have the same opportunity because you don't live in these environments, man, where you're subjected to limited resources, guns, drugs, alcohol on every block. You know what I'm saying? You know, gangs, you know, being afraid to even go walking to school because you're afraid you're going to die, man. A teenager is to be afraid to go to school because he's out of the house and and has rival gang members or what he's gotten into to protect himself. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how the story goes, you know? Even myself, man, when I was a kid, I thought in order to have protection when I'm in school or shit like that, where I'm like, you know, going about the world, I needed to be in a gang. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That is the truth, man. They make it so dangerous to live in that environment that you have to become violent. That's like being in prison. They segregated, right? You got blacks sitting with the blacks, whites, and Latinos, man. You know, because you got to segregate yourself and so you can stay safe. You know what I'm saying? And what happens when a rival race or gang member comes in to your cell or tries to hurt you or some shit? You gotta become violent, and that's what happens, man. Or you gotta take them out before they take you out, and that's what happens in the hood. But yet, you people like to say that, oh, you're animals, you black on black crime. Yeah, why? This is all under the so-called white man's watch and rulership. They push that mentality into those ghettos. They put us in areas that look similar to what these cages that these monkeys are in right now, and then they put drugs out there and guns, you know, and give you a false hope, which is so-called Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's your false hope, you know? And it's nothing but confusion. It's a big pot of confusion where you just keep stirring it and you're adding different ingredients in there, you know, guns, drugs, all right, gang activity, alcohol, you know, prostitution, you know. You keep adding more ingredients and it's all one big gumbo of wickedness, and you keep stirring that bitch up, man. You know, that's what happens, man.
The monkeys that are brought here have never been here before, so they're...
Wow, that's crazy, because that's exactly how it is in prison, man. They use little makeshift mirrors to like kind of see who's coming through the doors and shit. That's crazy, man.
Their whole world is turned upside down. They're all confused, and they're still partly sedated on ketamine.
I'm lucky to keep cutting it off, but this is crazy because this is like how they got this is a prime example of how they got you so-called blacks, Native American, and Latino men and women like, all right? They put you on drugs, all right? What else did she say? They're highly sedated, confused, and their world is turned upside down. That's exactly what she said. So that's how they do it. That's how they do you, all right, in your communities, all right? You go from being a great people, and they bring you over here on cargo slave ships, and they let you out and flip your world upside down, make you believe in a false hope, maybe make you believe in Jesus Christ, right? And you know, they confuse you with these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be homosexual. It's okay for transvestites to be around you. It's okay for pedophiles to be around you. All right. It's okay to go out and shake your ass and be drug dealers and be drug users, and they sedate you with different drugs. You know what I'm saying? You know, whether it be the Section 8 they give you, bitches are addicted to that shit too. you know, having Section 8 and having food stamps. They're addicted to that to the point where they don't want to go out and do for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And really, what you to go out and do for yourself, I mean, you should just find yourself a man who's stable and let him do for you instead of trying to be independent. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens with independence, women take that and they have these nice jobs and they get all this money and they go out there and blow it on partying and fucking different men, man, becoming sluts. You know? They spend it all on hair, makeup, and clothes so they can go out and shake their ass and give blowjobs to the first nigga they see. You know? And get drunk and shit. So just find yourself a man, man. You won't go through that life. And then you won't be talking shit, talking about niggas ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, naturality is you not shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's because you're caught up like these monkeys are in a trap where you can't go nowhere, man. You know what I'm saying? But you're not to use that as an excuse, man. You're supposed to live by these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Monkeys here get trained to be more socialized so that when they eventually go to the experimental lab, they're not afraid of humans and they can cooperate better. We wanted to capture the intimate training of the primates, so we asked the staff to discreetly film their methods on small cameras. This training allows the monkeys to cooperate in experiments so that a use of force is no longer required.
A use of force. And you know what's funny? Because they train you fucking monkeys how to act social too to this world, all right? That's a spirit too. Like 144 right there. And they train you to be kind of like more conditioned to this world. That's basically what she's saying. But if you read between the lines, they're socially training you to be conformed to this world. All right, you know, stay on Instagram, post these different pictures, stay on Snapchat, watch this television, man. You know what I'm saying? So they can kind of dumb you down, and they don't have to do it by force. Now soon they're gonna do it by force to those who don't want to get right. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they control you, you know. So they keep you sedated, man, with different you know, things like Instagram and BET Awards and fucking Housewives of Atlanta and all that shit, you know, drugs. You know, they keep you in control this way, man. You know?
Once the monkeys are ready, they are selected for the experimental stage. We headed to meet Jeffrey, head of the alternatives department. Today he was working on creating more effective adjuvants. An adjuvant is applied with a vaccine to stimulate a stronger immune response and allow the body to better combat a pathogen.
It's dead, man.
And these adjuvants sometimes, they also cause adverse effects. So what we're working on is to get rid of those adverse effects. So what you will see now is a monkey that has 10 spots on the back. 2 of the spots are with the old adjuvant, and the other spots are with new adjuvants. So you see that there is a granuloma underneath it, and it's painful for the animal. And what we want to get to is to get this type of immune responses, which basically cannot see in the skin, which is much better. So we think we are on our way to developing something new, which is better than the old ones. And we hope that the animal has less pain from the new type of adjuvants that we're using.
They're the ones who putting this shit into these monkeys, man. You know? And causing them to be in pain, man. Look at this fucking monkey, man. This monkey look like somebody's drunk girlfriend, man. Somebody's like fucking drunk auntie or some shit who needs to be fucking carried out back home and shit. She's throwing up on the way home, that type of shit. It's crazy, man.
This is refinement. So this is the first step of alternatives. First we want to get procedures that are less harmful for the animals. Then we want to get better procedures, less animals, and then finally we want to replace the animals. And
basically what they're saying is that you know, right now we hurting them, but we're trying to find a way to not hurt them. How about just don't do this shit at all, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the same excuses they give you in real life too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you niggas like to be like, oh, we gotta become better. You know, we gotta be better as a people. But that's a false hope. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not out doing the shit in the first place, you won't have nothing to try to become better for. You know what I'm saying? You people wasn't always like this, man. Then you so-called black bitches, man. Y'all went out there, got rid of all the men. You know what I'm saying? Men left you because you were fucking nagging and acting crazy and not being in control. And now you talk about, oh, we gotta be better as a people. You know what I'm saying? You're an Israelite. You're not African, all right? That's how you become better as a people, knowing what you are, knowing the Heavenly Father's name, knowing His law, statutes, and commandments, and following them, man. You know, and he's talking about, yeah, we gotta hurt them now, but later we won't be able to hurt them. All right, what you trying to find a cure for this and a cure for that? You already got the cure. You're the ones who are, inventing these creating these diseases and stuff. All right, so don't try to be put up that face as if you because you're a wolf in sheep clothing, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole time they're acting like they come up with these. And you know what? He might just be somebody who believes in finding a better way or cure for something because he's wrapped up in it too. So he don't know. You know what I'm saying? That his boss or his boss's boss is helping create these different diseases and viruses and then going back and telling him to try to find a cure for it. You know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well that there already is a cure for it. You know what I'm saying? So he might not be like that. He might just be like sincerely caring. He might be somebody that actually cares about animals. I'm pretty sure people who might be watching the video say, "Yo, my uncle, my aunt, they work in these labs and they always trying to find different cures and stuff." But that's just what they're telling you, man. You are not to believe everything that they say. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, why does the world get worse and never better? You know what I'm saying? They've been telling us this shit for years. They have been having these different commercials where you send money to a different country, right? So the kids can eat and shit like that. And always got the kid with the flies on his face, the big belly and shit from forgot what the term is when they're really hungry and shit, you know. But yet 2018 has been here and that world, those countries have not gotten better. It's gotten a lot worse. Right now, Africa has like Sudan and different parts of their country, their continent, who they're trying to flee to the land of Israel for better means of life, and they're getting rejected over there in the land of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because Israel, because those people over there which is the so-called white man, the fake Jews, they're racist. They don't want nothing to do with nobody else. If you're not from there, they're racist. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking racist. They don't like anybody with a different type of skin color than them. All right, and those Africans over there are not Israelites either. You know, some of them. You know, a lot of them are, but they're Hamites, all right? And they don't care about, so-called white man does not care about anybody else, man, all right? They're racist against Muslims. They're racist against Africans. They're racist against African Americans, so-called African Americans. They're racist against so-called Mexicans. You people make fun of every other race, man, and shit on every other race. You bombed Hiroshima. You are the... Hey, man, it brings me to my next scriptures. All right? You're a people not to be trusted, man. You're disgusting and a base man. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, lest there be any fornicator or profane person. Profane means outside the temple, meaning wicked, right? Profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward he would have inherited the blessing. He was rejected, for he found no place for repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So them saying, hey, we're good people, blah blah, help, like today when they're always saying, don't be ashamed to be white. It's be proud to be white. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for being white. They sound like so-called black people. Like, be proud to be black. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because now so-called white people are being oppressed because they're being shown their true colors and they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? They don't like it. So now they're complaining about other people complaining for all the shit that they've done throughout the world and throughout their lives, man. You knew so-called white people too, because I know you like to say, we weren't back then in slavery. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so now that you here on this earth, what have you done to help those people who were back then? You know what I'm saying? Like there's people who are still alive who had who had ancestors in slavery very, very close to them, man. I just seen something today on YouTube about this 109-year-old veteran. You don't think that man was around during segregation and before that, when niggas is getting tied up and dragged through the streets? where the skin's peeling off and their limbs is falling apart. Like Emmett Till, man, where they're afraid to look a white man in their face because what would happen if they would get killed. That was not too long ago, man. It was not too long ago, 1919, the year of the Bloody Summer, which was the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombings, man. Fuck out of here, man. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person such as Esau, man. The base man, the lowest. Hey, man, I'm going to continue playing this, man. I'm getting off subject, but you know what? I'm not, man, because the Spirit is pulling out these different scriptures to show your true colors, man. And you people need to get with the program, man. You know? And, yo, if you can, watch GMS Des Moines. All right, because it's the brother up there, the light-skinned brother with the glasses and the curly hair. That brother right there was actually going in on a video I was just watching, man. Talking about putting in his work, man. You know, so it's like fuck the world, man. Fuck, get whatever you got to get out the world and get the fuck out, man. It's like fuck this world, man. Why do you care about this place, man? It's like, why do you care about this, man? You know what I'm saying? This place is full of wickedness, man.
Entirely.
To meet EU and US regulations, all medicines must first be successfully tested in 2 species of animals before moving into clinical trials on humans. According to the animal rights group PETA, every year in the US alone, more than 125,000 primates are used in experiments in labs like this one.
Why do y'all think more than 125,000 primates and more, man? More than that, man. You know what I'm saying? They got different animals, not just monkeys. Why y'all think they're being tested for, man? It's not for good because the world gets worse, man. Different newer diseases come out all the time. It's because they putting in that work, man. They're not making. Hey, man, if they was putting in that work, all right, for good, cancer would already have a cure by now. All right, HIV and all these different diseases will have cures by now. All right, and Slakia, because there are cures already out there, they're just not giving them to you because it's more. They make more money by keeping these diseases around. All right, for the different medicines that you pay for and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They let very few people survive cancer and stuff like that to have, you know, to actually sell more. You know what I'm saying? But it's more marketable for them to have these different diseases and viruses out there. The cure is already out there. You know what I'm saying? This world would change if these animals were being sacrificed for better. Being sacrifices for the good of mankind. This place would be beautiful. If you go to places like Asia, all right, and go to the East, their economy is booming, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about them testing all these different animals, which I'm sure they do. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, I mean, controls everything anyways. But in America, that's where we do all this shit because that's where they come up with these different diseases and viruses here. You know, that's why they doing this shit in abundance, man. You know, I bet if they're doing that shit on the East, it's probably so they can, you know, come up with these different cures to combat the shit that Esau's putting out over here on the West.
One of the aims of the BPRC's Alternatives Department is to reduce the amount of monkeys proceeding to the experimental stages by developing alternative non-primate forms of testing.
So what we're trying to do is to replace the use of non-human primates in biomedical research.
And how does that work?
Mostly by cell culture. So we work our way back from the monkey. And finally, of course, you want to end up with the ability to mimic an entire monkey in a lab dish. So what we do is we grow cells in this type of dishes, this type of culture dishes. Mm-hmm. As you can see, there are 96 of those little wells in one of these plates. And in each of these wells, we can test a different drug. And what you get is this type of output. The green is the malaria parasite. So what we're looking at here is a way to easily quantify whether there are drugs that can inhibit the growth of these malaria parasites.
Could we say that every well in this pad, so it's 96 of them, represents a monkey?
Yeah, in a way you can, yeah. And we hope that there will be a certain point in time that you can say, okay, we have done it a lot of times, and we can now say that there is a very good correlation between what we find in a lab dish and what we can do in a monkey. And if that is true, then the next step is probably to move away from the monkey altogether.
Yeah, sure it is.
The protesters are probably on the...
I don't believe that, right? We can't believe nothing the so-called white man says because of is it Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, I believe. Salakia. I believe it's Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Or 10 and 12. Salakia if it's not. Let me I can find that. Salakia, it's it's Ecclesiasticus, which is also Sirach in the book of the Apocrypha. It says, it's 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Meaning it's inevitable, man. All right. So even if what he's saying is true, because he might be one of those who actually sincerely cares about the animals, you know, but he's doing his job, you know, but he's getting, you know, he's still doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? The evil is inevitable, man, and you can't trust nothing they say because what happens when the so-called Native American men and women trust in the so-called white man, all right? They got fucking obliterated, man. All right, these other countries, what happened when they trusted you, man? All right, they were deemed terrorists shortly after. So no one trusts you anymore, man. You are not to trust the so-called white man, anything they say, man.
On the same side as the people within the facility here. Everybody wants to no longer have to use the animals. The problem is, of course, that the people that work inside are working actively to try to do that. And the opinion of the people outside is probably that they think that enough is enough, that we should stop straight on and just accept the status quo and accept...
Well, you should, all right? And it's not about accepting the status quo. The status quo, it was fine before you came into the scene.
The type of therapies and medicines that we have now and leave it at that point. That would be the consequence, I would say.
These types of test tube experiments may one day offer an alternative to animal testing. But for the time being, the primary research model used by the BPRC is to experiment on live monkeys. And today there's a new trial beginning.
So we're going into the building where the animals are housed and they will be infected with the virus.
What kind of viruses do you infect them with in that facility?
There you go. They're telling you that they're the ones who put the viruses in them. You know what I'm saying? So you don't think they're the ones who put the viruses out into the people?
In that facility, we infect them with the highly contagious viruses or the more dangerous viruses for us. So that's where, for instance, the dengue, the West Nile, but also HIV research is going on.
So this freezer is completely
Look at that. They got freezers with viruses in them, man, ready to go.
filled with like the deadly diseases, if I'm right.
Well, deadly or very serious diseases.
Y'all don't think that they got abundance of that shit, man. They got them stocked, ready, loaded, and ready to go, man. All right? So soon they're going to push a virus out that's going to kill millions of people, all right? Or hundreds of thousands of people at least, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why they show you in these different movies and shit like James Bond and shit where they always got the villain who always trying to release like a fucking virus or some shit. You know, they got them out there, man. Resident Evil shows you that. You know what I'm saying? These people live the real life Resident Evil story, man, where they might release that virus into the facility with them, and then, you know, they get contagious first. You know, they don't know they got it. You know, and then they fucking go and touch the kids and touch the babies and like their spouses and shit, and that shit gets released, and then it's fucking over, man.
In this case, it's SIV.
HIV, SIV, what you said, all that crap's crazy, man.
Behind me, they're preparing the virus that they will inject into a monkey shortly.
These animals will be infected with dengue fever virus.
And is this a typical procedure?
It's a typical procedure for us for viruses, but it's the first time that we do this for dengue fever virus.
So there's never been any testing on dengue before?
For us,
in this?
building, no. And for us at the Institute, it's the first time that we are going to do this.
Are you nervous?
We are a bit nervous about it because you never know what's going to happen.
He's anxious. He can't
Dengue
wait.
fever is a virus spread by mosquitoes, and currently there is no vaccine against it. Each year, the severe strain of dengue hospitalizes around 500,000 people worldwide, a large proportion of whom are children.
Of course.
The first stage in the process of infection is sedating the monkey.
That monkey knows what's coming, man.
Humans share about 93% of their DNA with these macaque monkeys. But according to statistics released in 2006, 9 out of 10 experimental drugs still fail in clinical studies on humans after successful lab and animal testing.
So it's went to sleep, then they check the animal for a number of physical items, for instance temperature and body weight. And now they are going to infect the animal with the dengue fever virus.
That's a damn shame, man. That's sad, man. That's sad to watch, man. That is horrible to watch, man. Joel 9:24, man. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man.
This monkey will now be studied at close quarters by the team in the hope of developing a potential vaccine for dengue.
How can you not be mad at this shit, man? Alright? How can you not be mad at this, man? Proverbs 29:2, man. When the wicked beareth rule, man, the people mourn, man. The earth mourn, man. The animals mourn.
He will be put back in his cage and then he will wake up. But we keep a good eye on these animals. They are checked daily or twice daily even. And then if something happens that is not good, then we will interfere with that.
Daily or twice daily. It's like if I'm sick, I want somebody to be around me all the time, man, checking up on me. But they talking about, oh, daily or twice daily. The fuck out of here, man. That monkey probably stressed out, man. He probably died from the stress alone, man.
Jan took me to see the room where the monkeys are observed once they have been infected.
How do you feel about these cages? I mean, what's your personal opinion on how big they are? What do they have for enrichment, for example?
It's still cages. So what you prefer always is to see them like we house them outside. That would be ideally. You would house them in as big cages as possible. But you need to find a compromise between you're doing some experiments on these animals, you're studying them, and you want to house them as optimal as possible.
If it was possible to do the same experiments on animals, but yet keep them in a larger cage as they have outside, would that even be possible, ever?
You can do that for certain studies, but studies where they are infected or where they have to be scored all the time, then it's very difficult to keep them in those very large facilities, and then they're housed into this facility. That's one of the compromises that you have to make there. But there are animals that don't cope with it very well. And then there's sometimes it's that bad that we say that they won't go into studies, and we either depends, if we can put them in another group, they will go into a group, and otherwise they need to be euthanized.
Of course. Of course. And that's probably the more... That's probably the more chosen option.
That morning, one of the monkeys had been euthanized. After undergoing a series of tests, it could not be safely reunited with its breeding group. So to avoid a lifetime of solitary confinement, it was put to sleep. it was now being taken for autopsy, where its organs would be removed and passed on to the alternatives department.
Tom, can you tell us what we are going to see?
What you're going to see today is I'm going to do a complete section. A complete section on a rhesus macaque monkey.
Hey, I brought this out, man. When the brothers doing the work, man, and they seeing stuff like this, we gonna need a splash shield on our face to fuck you up, man. I brought this out, man. Cause that time is coming, man. Your time has ended, Esau. Your time is over, man. All right. Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is coming back. He's going to crack some clouds and so-called UFOs, which is the chariots of the angels and Yahweh Shai and the angels. You know, they're going to fuck y'all up, man. All right?
I take all organs, and when I've assembled everything, the organs goes to the histology department.
Splash shield for you.
And there they cut the organs and investigate it furthermore. Make small pieces, and that's going to the pathologist. What I will do is I open the body.
Fuck, you look like you're still alive, man.
And then I open the abdomen. Now what I'm going to do now is in the abdomen I take all the colon and the stomach, and then I have lots of space free for examination, other organs.
That's why I like watching life documentaries, man. They give it to you raw, man. You know, because people need to see this shit.
All monkeys here will end their lives on an operating table like this one, whether through natural causes or as a result of experimentation. Despite making significant ground on alternative trials, the BPRC are unable to put a time frame on how soon non-human primates could be replaced as test subjects. Without significant medical advances or change to regulations, animals will continue to be used like this, as a primary resource for developing new cures, vaccines, and medicines to help prolong human life.
You won't need experiments like that if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments that were listed in the Bible. All right, there won't be no diseases on the earth. All right, if you give the land a land Sabbath, all right, you raise the cattle and all the food in the world, do it according to the scriptures. Okay, we have instructions on how to live healthy, man. You know, if we stop coming all different, but you know what? That's not going to happen until the righteous are in rulership again. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who do well and teach us this truth. All right. And peace and salutation to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and sincerity. The water for what you do, for teaching us. We love you. We appreciate you through the Spirit. Shalom.